Yeah, that's your name.
Squirrels got me.
Big Jim.
Yeah.
Really, 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 really cold and fun.
Cold and fun.
Cold and fun.
That's good that you think that of it, because that's what deer hunting typically is cold and fun.
Yesterday morning, I'm glassing up on the pass, and I see these deer moving, and I'm like, ooh, there's deer moving. All of a sudden, I just see this person just head down, just hauling ass, wearing shorts and a t-shirt with a pack on. And I'm like, is that Tard? My dad always talks about floating through the woods like the autumn breeze.
So Robert's
when you're
the ghost,
275 pounds, I don't know how you do that, but
the Freightliner. It's just like a creeper. You're just kind of up in the corner watching what's going on down there.
Yeah.
You know.
He's like,
he's up there slapping it, pissing all over everything.
Is it warm yet?
How did you know the name of the actor?
That's I know.
Why did you say his name?
Hervé Villagers. Remember this?
You know what Pertnear means.
If you know what Pertnear means and you live in America, you're a redneck too.
Welcome to the Log Talk Podcast, brought to you by Pertnear Outdoors. Hey, everybody. It's Billy here. It's Thursday morning, the 9th of June, marching right along. Cutting in a quick intro here. We brewed the beer yesterday over at Windy Brew for our beer event that we're holding over there this summer in July 31st. Looking forward to the party. We got a West Coast Pilsner brewed up for you. And, man, I've been tasting, just doing some tasters, some other stuff there. Russ is on a roll. He's making some great beer, and we're looking forward to another good event here this summer. So mark your calendars, 31st of July, brew on 28 in the town of Sheldon, wind turbine country. So look forward to seeing you there. Mark it down. Any questions, let us know. We'll have lots of fun raffles and giveaways and cornhole and all sorts of fun stuff like that. So we hope to see you there on that day. Other update for you on the Pertnear Life Ring raffle. We're down to about 1 month left in that raffle, and we're selling a total of 200 tickets. I just actually talked to one of the Southtown Walleye's members this morning, and they're doing their Walleye Derby. Starts this weekend and runs for, I don't know if it's a week long or 2 weeks long. No, I think it's about a month long, actually. I'll take that back. All new stuff to me. They invited me to their meeting tonight, which is the main sign-up meeting for the Derby, and I'm going to try to sell a bunch of tickets tonight at the event. So hopefully the tickets will really start flying now. So if you haven't gotten yours yet and you're interested, jump on to the website, pertnearoutdoors.com. We have the raffle tickets in the store. All proceeds are going to Southtown Walleyes and their effort to put life rings, so life-saving devices along the Buffalo River and the Niagara River, basically the waterfront for the city of Buffalo. So great cause, great thing that they're doing there to try to save lives. A couple kids unfortunately lost their lives a couple years ago falling in. One fell into the river and the other one jumped in to try to save his buddy because there was no life preserver or any life ring device there to try to help save that individual's life, and unfortunately both were lost. So this is a pretty cool opportunity to help the community, not just the outdoor community, but also the community at large. So join us there. Let's see. The world just keeps us spinning. All sorts of stuff are happening. If you would like to buy a semi-automatic pistol and you have your pistol permit, I would recommend you going and buy one now, because it'll be a little bit more difficult in about a month and a half. One of these days I'm going to go into the weeds. I'll get somebody on here that wants to do that with me. We'll talk about the new gun legislation here in New York and what some of the impacts are of that. I guess we all saw it coming, kind of sensed it was going to happen, and boy, there's some complexities and question marks around some of this legislation that they put in, exactly how it's going to work and what it will restrict, and will it, at the end of the day, I don't like the legislation, but I hope it does. I hope that the gun violence slows down. But unfortunately, I do not believe that any of these laws that were just put in place are going to do anything to stop the crime. They're just going to make it more difficult for law-abiding citizens to follow a process to get a weapon. And I think that that's a pretty clear takeaway from what is going on if you especially are a gun enthusiast or, just a gun-owning individual. Pretty easy to see through the fog on that one. So hopefully society can calm down a little. DNS, I don't think that that's going to happen. I think we've got some trouble in the country, and we'll see where it all goes. But at the end of the day, we're in mid-June, and we are marching along into summer, and that means that there's velvet on the heads of whitetails, and the food's starting to grow. Food plots are going in, and the changing of the seasons will continue, and we are getting closer to the days that we very much look forward to. So I digress. Let's jump right into Rusty and I's conversation. And we recorded this after we got done brewing yesterday. So hopefully you enjoy the chat, and hopefully we look forward to seeing you in July. So have a great rest of your week. Be a good American, and keep feeding them. How about you put your headset on so I can hear what you're hearing?
Jesus Christ.
It's cheese and rice.
All right.
You say something?
Yep.
Are you
I'm
good?
here. Yeah, I think I'm pretty good.
It sounds good.
I'm going to sit in the sun and bake again like I'm in Florida.
Yeah.
I'm sure we're at a hot mic, too.
Hot mic. Hot Larry. Why is it? Oh, well, it's a mic because it's a microphone.
Oh, Jesus.
This is the most attention we're going to put on each other all day.
I know. We're going to stare at each other and drink a beer.
You know, Russ, long, hard day of work like that, I'll tell you, I don't know how we do it.
Yeah, I'm glad you were cramming on your phone the whole day.
Yeah. That's the busiest I've been for work in I don't know how long.
Imagine that.
Yep. It was good. Thank God we got a new brew system here, Windy Brew.
Yeah, and we're not out in between the buildings, and, it's way more professional now.
Way better. So so I'm joined here. We're sitting at Windy Brew, sitting out in the back, little patio area here, having a little cheers. Let's just cheers. Thanks for all your hard work today, Russ.
Yeah, you're welcome, Bill. It was my pleasure.
Brewmaster. Are you official? You're not a brewmaster.
No. I'm
Is
just a
that
brewer.
like a certification?
Yeah, you got to go to classes and shit.
Do you? So what are you, like a junior apprentice?
Sure.
A journeyman?
Just a head brewer.
Greenhorn?
Greenhorn? No way. I was probably a greenhorn when we first did this.
I would say. Yeah, so this is our third year brewing a beer here, and thoroughly enjoyed watching you work the system here, the bigger brew system that you guys got in when we did our brew last July, that was?
Yeah,
I think it was
last July.
You guys had the equipment, had the building, but didn't have it set up yet, so we were like a couple weeks shy of being able to brew on the new system. So this system is...
Yeah, we were about a month and a half shy. I don't think the first time I brewed on that, we left for Denver like the next day for the CBC, so...
And I left for Denver on my elk hunt. We were together.
Yeah, we saw each other on the plane.
Okay. Yeah, so that all is... yeah, because when we had the actual event here last summer, you weren't fully up and running on it yet.
No, we didn't. I think we were just set. We were still working on glycol and everything.
Yeah. Yeah. So Russ Henches, I kind of started calling you a brewmaster, and then you corrected me, and then we lost track. So
that's all right.
Yeah. So Russ just got done brewing our beer for the year. So we're doing our beer event here at Windy Brew on July 31st, which is a Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Noon to 5 is the window, right? Noon?
I mean, you can go noon to 5. You can go.
Did we say you're open at noon?
We're open at 11.
You're open at 11.
We have brunch, yeah.
So that's why I think we said noon.
Yeah, so if you want to get brunch before we go to noon, I think we'll cut brunch off a little earlier just so we don't kill the girls.
Yeah, we don't want to kill the girls.
No, they'll just,
We need them.
We do need
They're
them.
part of the process. So it'll be Sunday afternoon here on the 31st. Yep. Still hashing out some of the details. We talked a little bit today about what all will entail here, as far as what we're going to do, but we'll do some more raffles. We're going to have fundraiser. I believe we're going to probably try to stick with what we've done in the past. I was thinking about going directly to the food bank that supports our area here in Western New York, but I think I sent an email today to try to see if we can reconnect with the Venison Donation Coalition. What?
Nothing. You're good.
Looking at me?
You're good. Yeah, of course I'm looking at you.
Oh.
I got nowhere else to look.
Did I have a bug on my face?
Yeah. It's right here.
On my nose?
Yeah.
I have a big nose. So bugs tend to find it pretty easily. So It's gonna be a fundraiser. That's what this is. So everybody coming out to support Windy Brew, and then as well as coming out that day to when you buy the beer, you're supporting these organizations, the Deer Association, and most likely it'll be Venison Donation Coalition. But I need to reconnect because some faces have changed at their org that I do not know. So I need to reconnect there. But in past years, we've, I think all total over the last 2 years, we've probably raised over $4,000 for those two combined between those two, a little bit more for the Deer Association with some of the events we've done. But
yeah,
we've raised.
I don't think we had them at Shed Fest, did we?
No, we just did straight Deer Association on that one. But we'll this year for this, we'll probably have we're going to have our door prizes, and we're going to have which we'll probably keep kind of a table of stuff, and if you're here, you're entered type of thing. But then we're going to do we learned a lot, I think, over the last couple events as far as what people want, and
without a doubt,
the Deer Association has those they call them like game boards or whatever, where you buy a raffle ticket and you can basically choose what you want off the board, and those go like hotcakes. So we're probably going to do several of those.
Yeah, save your money for that, folks.
Yeah, and then we'll do last year we did a muzzle loader, and that was a hit, so I think we'll do another muzzle loader.
Yeah. Are you going to try and get the lifetime license again? Who gave that to us?
That was the Venison Donation Coalition and the Rochester chapter of the Deer Association, the Greater Rochester.
They chipped in.
Yeah, they split it. So we might do something like that, but I haven't spoken to either one of them. I should probably touch base there. Seems like just kind of flying at 100,
It's
only like 1 month away.
We have 8 weeks.
Month and a half.
Plenty of time for this to lager out. Be delicious.
Lager. So let's talk about the beer.
Oh, Jesus.
What is the beer?
It's a West Coast Pilsner.
Okay.
It's hopped with Citra, which everyone loves.
Define everyone.
Like any person that likes beer or just anything citrusy, really. It's going to be super light, about 4.2 to 4.5 percentage-wise.
It's going to be very drinkable.
Very crushable.
Yeah.
Be feeding
is there
all day
anything
with it.
like? I mean, it's a craft beer, so you really can't compare it to like a regular Pilsner, but.
Man, not really. Nothing that people might know.
Like none of the, because like a Pilsner is what? Like what is
Miller Lite.
Miller Lite. That's
Miller
a
Lite.
Pilsner.
Yeah.
Labatt Blue is a Pilsner, right? Or is that an
lager?
Ale? Lager. That's a lager.
I hate when they do that. I don't know. It's just a pain in the ass.
Lagering it.
Lagering it. So we're gonna lager it.
Do you have to wear special boots when you lager it?
I gotta wear special boots when I'm around you for
Steel
all the
toes?
shit you say.
Because it's deep.
It's very deep.
I get it. You got your muck boots on.
I do.
Your huckers.
They're only eights. They're only ankle high though, so I'm kind of screwed.
I know it's getting deeper.
No, so we'll let it sit in the tank. I'll dry hop it once, and that's really only going to give you like aroma and flavor. It's not going to give you any bitterness. It'll be very low bitter, and then I'll push it to another tank that I won't use, and I'll just slowly crash it down so many degrees a week until I'm, right before we're ready to finish the product off and carb it up. We'll crash it down to about 32. Throw some CO2 in it, get it nice and carbonated.
Yeah.
Can it, keg it, and drink it.
Can it, keg it, drink it, feed it.
Feed it.
So we haven't narrowed down a. So I think what our game plan is for naming the beer. In the past 2 beers, we've done like a contest to name it. I don't think we're gonna do that this time. I think we're gonna.
Sorry, folks.
Because we want to run. The thought process behind it is we want to run like a massive batch of labels that we can use for multiple.
Yeah, we'll do
years.
something special after we do this thing for like 5 or 10 years or something.
Yeah.
If we make it that long.
Yeah, if we're all still here. Hopefully we are. So what we'll do, I think it's gonna be. We haven't really firmed up the exact name, but it's gonna be Pertnear Outdoor, like Pertnear Beer.
Pertnear Beer, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be Pertnear Beer.
Just keep it easy.
Yeah. So we're gonna do Pertnear Beer. It's gonna have our logo on the can, like the whole, the scene. Is that what we're gonna do? I don't know if you talk with Gabby. Is it gonna be kind of our like scene sitting there on the log, having a log talk? Is that what the logo is gonna be?
Yeah. Or I really like the idea of that shirt that you were putting up with, just taking what's his name, Frankenbeans with a piece of corn. Put Feedinum on it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
just say screw it.
That would be a pretty cool.
Screw your logo.
I know. I think that could quickly become our logo. Like, it's so simple and it's fun and it's cool looking.
Just put a headphone on them, like
Yeah.
a headset.
That's a good idea too. So yeah, I gotta have a conversation with Russ to
The other
try
Russ.
the other Russ, the more design focused Russ.
There you go.
Yeah, I have my Brewer Russ, my apprentice brewer. So yeah, so that's what the game plan is naming wise, and then we're gonna have it's gonna be we don't really know what we're freaking calling the day, Pertnear Beer Day or Pertnear Fest.
Pertnear bad day to be a beer.
Pertnear bad day to be a beer. Speaking of being a bad beer, this sour is freaking delicious.
Thank you.
You know I haven't historically liked sours, but
That's why I was surprised when you took it.
yeah, well, I was here for the anniversary party back, what was that, middle of the winter, February,
Yeah, we
March.
were standing outside. It was so packed in here.
Yeah, and you gave me a sour, and I was like, holy shit, I think I like this. And I've never had any desire or interest or really liked sours.
I know, it's
This
wild,
one's-
right?
this one's
All of a
great.
sudden your palate just changes and
Yeah, my palate. I ate a lot of sherbet, so my palate changed. So I cleansed it. You ever cleanse your palate with sherbet?
sherbet.
You never
I've
heard
heard
this?
ginger,
Ginger.
not sherbet.
Yeah, we used to. We still do. It's like a Harvey thing. We have sherbet between like courses of Thanksgiving dinner. Maybe that's just a redneck thing that's not real and it doesn't actually cleanse your
Never
palate. It's an excuse to eat some sort of ice
Excuse to
cream.
eat ice cream sounds like.
That's whatever. It is what it is. So
Maybe
we're.
someone was just lactose intolerant and they felt bad for him.
But isn't
Or wait,
that,
is
sherbet's got it's ice cream.
does it?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't
I don't know. I assume there's got to be some dairy in it.
probably.
I don't know.
I don't
Just we're not. We're in dairy country, but I have no idea the answer.
know.
to
I
that.
have don't ask me.
So as far as the event goes, stay with us. We don't have the whole thing fledged out. We know the date. That's the most important
Well, we're
thing.
way farther than we've ever been.
Agreed. We typically are like brewing the beer, and then like 3 weeks later, we're like, oh my god, we have an event.
This is
coming
what
up
we're
in 2
doing.
weeks. Yeah. So save the date, the 31st of July. So what's changed here? I mean, since as far as you, I mean, I think you were starting this past September. You started full time here. This is your
Yeah.
Your
this
job.
This is my life now, essentially.
yeah. So how has it been for you?
It's great.
Yeah.
Way less stress. The only stress I have is what I put on myself.
Yeah.
It's a great environment. Owners are great. Let me kind of have free reign at times and pitch the ideas and say I'm doing it, and they go okay, and then yell at me when it costs them too much. So.
Yeah.
But then it makes
Well,
them
your
money,
hours
so
are kind of your
whatever
your
I
thing.
want.
Yeah. As long as you're
You know.
getting the beer brewed and maintaining the equipment and
Exactly.
keeping the place
Like
running.
we got in here at 7. I probably won't leave till 7.
Yeah.
Ish, just so I can clean up. I got a couple things to do yet, but no big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know. Did we have this last year? This beer garden?
Yeah.
Oh, but
Yeah,
didn't
because we played cornhole back here.
That's right. So this year we'll actually have a fence up around the back,
Mm-hmm.
so that'll be nice, and we'll still park people out back that
Yep.
day. We have brand new cornhole boards. You saw.
Yeah,
was
Bill
talking
said,
about-
yeah, they're nice.
They are very nice. Some new menu items and stuff like that, but otherwise it's pretty much the same.
Yeah, since last year's beer event, you've got, you guys have renovated, opened up the inside quite a bit, so there's more room in there, and the
Oh, yeah.
kitchen's grown significantly from what it was. So there's more food options, and just as far as holding events like this it's freaking a blast. Like it's easy to
Mhm.
get to. People that are coming from Rochester, from Buffalo, kind of right in the middle, and it's fun having you guys right here, right in town, local, that we can do this sort of stuff. So
Yeah, you can stumble home.
yeah, it's just a little south, a little west and
Southwest,
south. Yeah,
that'd be fine.
yeah. You just make the migration. It's amazing to me. It's been like 4 days since the wind turbines have turned here. Have you noticed that?
No,
They're
I-
not-
I
they're
haven't-
not
I haven't-
spinning.
I haven't been here.
They're not spinning.
Been in Florida.
They're not spinning. It's bizarre. And we've had that.
4 good days of wind.
No, not even. I mean, it's a little bit breezy right now, but it's not like windy.
I don't know. Maybe New York City's got too much power.
It could be.
Isn't that how
they don't
bullshit
need it.
goes?
Yeah. If they don't need the power, they don't turn them on.
Yeah.
So it's weird. And maybe that is what it is. This weekend it was like 60s both days and freaking gorgeous. And we had a little bit of wind, but nothing crazy. But in the whole ridge,
Nothing.
none of the wind turbines were moving. Weird.
That is weird. I don't understand.
But
why
I'm
they
sure that's what it is. They probably had no demand for the power, so they just weren't using it.
Oh.
You know, because there's nowhere to put it. So you anything else you want to talk about with the event? I'm sure we'll do something. We'll do another podcast probably before to kind of really hammer out the details and explain
With Jimmy and Danny, invite those two guys who are
Yeah.
slackers and have real jobs.
Yeah. Listen, I talk for a living, and I knew that if I swear to God, like I said to you, I got more, and you saw it.
It was wild.
I got
the
more
fact
work done today.
How do you keep your phone straight? I would lose my mind.
I do lose my mind. I forget things.
2 phones.
I forget things
Computer.
like going to a freaking event that I set up.
Yeah, I know. That was a great story.
Did you like that story? Last night was a disaster.
Oh, that's all right.
Yeah. And it's so fun. I'm so out of the loop of traveling for work. Like, that used to just be my life. Like, I was 2-3 nights a week.
Oh, yeah, gone.
In a hotel. And now, like, I drove to Albany on Monday. I forgot my overnight bag. I had none of, so all
So you had
my
no clothes?
All I had was my dress shirts and my suit coat, my sport coat that I was wearing for the show on Tuesday. That's all I had. So, and my ties. So, and my dress shoes. But I had no socks. I had no underwear. I had no T-shirts. I had no
Did you run to
gym
Walleye World
clothes.
real quick?
So I went to Target.
Target.
Yeah, Target. Real nice. So I bought some new undergarments, and which I'm really excited about because I haven't bought them in like 6 years.
Dude, that's not healthy. You got to roll those things every year.
I know, but I'm a dude.
If not 6 months,
Dude,
they
but
say.
dudes don't. Especially married dudes. Married dudes. Okay.
That's what your wife's for.
No. Well, she did buy me a pack for Christmas, and some white tees, but I still was like 3 isn't enough. Like 3 or 4 isn't enough. You need like an
6.
8-pack.
Yeah.
So I was still running some old, the freaking elastics coming out of the waistband. It was a real mess. But now I went to the garbage
Upgraded
can
a
last
little bit?
night. Yeah, I put 4 new ones in the batch. So it's not all bad,
No.
But then I got home last night and I was a freaking wreck. Complete wreck. My mind was it was a bad place.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to reset when you get home, though, too.
Yeah.
You almost need a vacation from your vacation.
It wasn't even a vacation.
Or work trip.
Yeah.
How's that?
Maybe that's what it was. I ate dinner too late. I think that's, as you get older, if you eat your meals too late, it totally ruins like your whole freaking mental situation. I ate my meal. I didn't finish eating dinner until 9:45 at night.
I mean, I've never had that problem.
No?
Mm-mm.
You're not married or have kids.
I have a dog.
Don't come into my house talking about that. I have a dog. It's the same thing. No, it's not. Bullshit.
No, it's not. They're way better.
Yeah, they're better.
Those little fur things.
Yeah. This morning, Ralphie showed up on the back deck, our cat, with
Oh, Jesus.
He had he's like a freaking predator. That thing kills. He had a chipmunk killed last week in the back landscape. He showed up to the back door today with I don't know. I don't think it was a baby. It was not a baby red squirrel. Red squirrel in his mouth, still alive. Caught it.
Jeez.
And I opened the door to go out on the deck to like get the red squirrel out of his mouth and like get him to drop it.
Yeah.
And he tried to come into the house
with it.
And I'm like kicking him with my foot. I'm like, no, you're not coming in the house with that freaking squirrel.
God.
It's like,
that's all your kids need.
Dude, a red squirrel in the house, that's a nightmare.
Oh, I bet.
Because red squirrels are hell on wheels, man.
Oh, yeah.
But that thing, it laid there. And it was like, you could see its chest breathing, and it was like acting like it was dead.
Dead, yeah.
And then I walked around to the, my back deck to the slide. I walked around to the sliding door. I was at the kitchen, walked around to the sliding door on the deck to come on that way. And the squirrel was gone, and Ralph was like off the deck. Because the squirrel must have been like, Ralph must have turned his head for 1 second.
Chance.
Yeah, and he just darted, probably went underneath the deck. And Ralph was like, what? Where'd he go?
Son of a.
Yeah. So he's probably been out there all day today just staring at the deck, waiting for this thing to freaking come out. But, so what else? You got anything else exciting going on? You're going to Colorado this year? No, you're
Utah, right after our
event.
The event, pretty much. I got
my
cousin's wedding the weekend before, the 12th and the 13th. I'm marrying them. My cousin and his fiance.
You're literally marrying them?
Well, I'm not marrying them, but I'm like ordained through lifeofchurchshit.com.
So you're the one that's.
Yeah, I'm doing their whole ceremony.
Oh
it was a drunken joke one night, and I was like, yeah, I'll marry you guys. I'll go through all the bullshit. It's free, whatever. And they're like, oh, okay, that can be your wedding gift to us. I'm like, Okay. And it was Brittany who was here today.
Okay.
And I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. And then they texted me like 2 weeks later, and they were like, are you sure about this? And I was like, yeah, why not, whatever. And then like they were like, all right, you got 100 days. And I was like, oh, man, I got to start.
You could marry people here.
Yeah, I know, we could. It's just another, we'd have to make
Revenue.
revenue, and we'd have to clean some stuff up.
Nah, this is some people like this look. They really
Oh, yeah,
do.
the rustic.
Yeah. Just an old Massey sitting in the bushes.
Yeah.
Covered in grass.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what?
Yeah, but
Some fertilizer tankers around. I mean, that's
it's just full of water.
that's American, you know?
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
Utah.
Are you excited about it?
I am super excited. It's
So
like
did-
68 days away.
Is that a draw or you had
No, that's over the counter.
over the counter?
Over the counter, buy all my shit.
I just want to make sure we're recording because I kind of like hit the button and walked. Yeah, we're good. We're hot. Yep.
I thought
We're good.
you're always hot
I
when
know.
you friggin' do this shit.
Sometimes.
But yeah, me and one of my colleagues that I used to teach with, we're going out there. He's hunted it for the past 4 or 5 years.
Is that the kid I ran into at Letchworth? Where did I
Cal.
run into him?
Cal?
Yeah, I ran into him at Letchworth.
Probably. He's always over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we were hiking. Or we were hunting and you guys were hunting that
Yeah.
day.
That you wandered yourself into a 20-man hunt.
Yeah, we didn't even know what the hell happened. We were out there before you guys. We were
Mhm.
sitting. He wanted to set up some trail cameras. It was pretty sweet. So, yeah, we're going out. We leave the 15th at night. We're going to drive out, hopefully get there by the 17th. Acclimate, scout. 20th, the season opens, and we're going to hit it hard.
Has he been out there before?
Yeah, so this will be his 4th trip to the same spot-ish. We keep talking about we have all these plans of like how to get around, and you know how it is when you get out there.
Oh,
If
yeah.
you got to have A, B, C, and they all got to line up where, you know, if you don't go A to C, you go A, B, C, and then if you wanted to do this, well, that's tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just nothing is – you can have all these ideas in your head, and nothing is as quick as you think it's going to be.
Oh, no. I've been walking on treadmills and shit, watching
Yeah, you look
Everything.
like you've lost a little weight.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't drink as
A little
much.
less of these
Yeah, a
Yeah.
little less samples off the port.
samples. Yeah.
But yeah, so I have either till the 26th or the 27th, because we have Hop Fest on the 28th, and I can't take off that many days without something going wrong.
Right.
And that's not saying that we can't handle ourselves here. It's just like that anxiety.
That's a long
That's
time
a long
being
time.
gone.
Like I took 5 days off this week, and I probably could have hammered out 4 beers while we were here.
Yeah.
While I was gone, I mean.
Yeah.
So it'll be fun. I'm super excited, even if I don't see anything or get a chance to
Shoot
let
some.
an arrow fly. It'll be great experience.
Has he had any success out there?
Not out there. He's ran into them, but they've never pulled the trigger on one.
Yeah.
They've jumped him. They heard him in the meadows. He's actually been out there. I think he shot one. He might have shot one of the first times he was out there, but it was, I don't remember for sure. It was like I think it was a 4, like just like a 2x2.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Spike. Yeah.
And then he actually shot a really nice 5x5 in Montana with a rifle. That was a guided hunt with his dad. They did it.
Nice.
It was awesome. They were horseback, everything.
Yeah, that's kind of on my
Like the
bucket
dream
list.
bucket hunt. You know, you go out, you don't have to do shit. You just walk around and pull the trigger, hopefully.
But like that, going horseback. Way the hell back in there, even further than you'd want to go. I mean, you get back 7. The places we've gone.
Mm.
We're 7-8 miles from the truck.
Yeah.
And it's like you really, you could go. I mean, what is another 2, 3, 4 miles?
Yeah.
But like, to know there is a thought process that happens when you're that far from the vehicle, when it's like, I'm a mile from camp, I'm 7 miles from the truck, 8 miles from the truck, and it's like I'm nowhere near my hunting party. It's like if I do something right now and I shoot an animal, what, it's this like weird mental thing. Like that's why you're there, obviously, is to kill.
Yeah.
But then you're in that situation, and it's like it's 3:30, 4 o'clock. 2 hours till dark.
Yeah. By the time I put a lick on this thing,
It's like what's my play here? And that mindset, like it creeps in on you. So like going on a hunt where you are horseback, and especially with a rifle, I feel like that would change things a little bit because
I feel like it's
you've got somebody coming in to pack that meat out for you, and someone to help you process that, It just kind of changes the whole perspective of that situation.
Oh yeah,
you know?
I totally agree on that.
Because it's not even what we've experienced is not even just the fact that you have to get the animal processed in those 7-8 plus miles out and all the elevation and everything else, but then you got to drive hours to get to a cooler to get that meat.
Oh, we're gonna take
cold.
a cooler.
I know, yeah.
And we're gonna do like a whole generator and a fridge in the back of the
that's a
truck.
good
So
idea.
it's like he did it
Are
last
you
year. He said
bringing
it's
like a chest freezer?
Yeah,
or,
chest
And
freezer.
you freeze the chest freezer, and then you can put meat in there and freeze it. Yeah, that's the way to do it. We haven't done that. And
Yeah. Well, I'll let you know how it goes.
Yeah.
Because we're gonna pack my truck. My truck's the one we're taking out there because I've got the bigger bed.
Mm-hmm.
I've got the cap and
Yeah, that your truck's perfect for that.
yeah. So
And it's just the two of you. So
well,
you don't,
for now, so it originally was 4, then it went down to 3. Now we're teetering on 3 and 2. If it's 3, I leave the 26th. If it's 2, I leave the 27th. So I'm slightly hoping it's 2, but at the same time, he's gonna stay out there with my truck and hunt around a couple extra days because that was
and you'll fly home.
and I'll just fly home.
Yeah.
And, hey, drop me off at Salt Lake and get me out of here because that's the nearest major airport where it's not one flight in, one flight out.
Right.
Because like Rock Springs is in Wyoming, Vernal is in Utah. That's where we're gonna be around.
Right.
And they're both like 5:30 a piece.
That Vernal's got to be a small airport, isn't it?
Tiny.
Yeah.
It's like-
That's where we
it's
did
a
the bro
prop-
float.
It's a
You didn't go with us on the bro float.
no, I
right?
didn't. I think I don't know what I was doing with that.
I don't know either.
It was what? How long has Donnie been married?
That was 15.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
7 years ago.
Yeah.
Damn.
God damn. That
What was I
a good
doing
time.
at 15?
I don't know.
Oh, I was in Poughkeepsie, I think.
That's probably what it was. You weren't.
I don't think I was anywhere near had any amount of change left.
And nobody cared about you.
I know,
Yeah.
because I wasn't in town and wasn't a brewer.
You're out of Wyoming County. Nobody cares.
Yeah, shocker.
That's how life works, man.
I know. Now it's like if you don't have a kid, no one cares about you.
That's the way it goes. Dude, it's, if you're not in that, everybody, like, just gravitates to their whatever's going on in their life and
yeah.
other people that are going through the same things. That's like we don't really have any social life aside from going to hang out with other people that have kids the same age so that they can all play together. Or you go to a grandparent's house. That's what you do.
Yeah.
Like, even Danny moving, it sucked balls. I've not spent – we did not hang out for the last year. They had their baby. We did not do a single thing. And it's not any factor of, like, the fact we didn't want to. It's just he's with his family all the time. I'm with Sarah's family all the time. Like, just never
That's how it
lines up.
goes, man. It sucks.
And he just moved to freaking Elma, and I told him that he's dead to me. And I told several people the other day, and they looked at me, and I'm joking. He's not dead to me. But it's amazing how difficult it is to, like, hang out with people that are not, like, doing the exact same things you are
Yeah,
at the same time.
I see it all the time.
Yeah, it's nuts.
I mean, but I feel like – so it was funny because I think we were talking about this, or maybe – were you here and Danny reached out and he's like, hey, what are you doing tonight?
For the anniversary?
No. It wasn't the anniversary. It was some random time. He had
Maybe.
I think it was just him. I think Lauren was away.
Oh, yeah.
We were talking about this, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not really doing much. Like, what's up? And he texts me back at like 10. And he's like, oh, guess it's not going to happen. Kid just went down to sleep. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, I think that was like a month ago or ish.
Yeah, probably.
And that was his. So I think I stopped by here with the kids.
Yeah, because I had to help you wrangle them out.
Something. I don't freaking remember. But anyway, that was the first night that he was solo dadding.
Yeah, because
since
Lauren
having
went
the
out.
baby. Yes, Lauren went out for the night. So he was like, I don't really know how this is gonna go. And it's like, dude, if it gets past 8:00 at night, I'm not leaving my house. It's just not happening.
I'm slowly turning into that too. It's like 9:00's like I'm out. I want to be at my house. I just want to go to sleep.
Nothing good happens after dark. I was away for work the other night, and we get done with dinner. We're in Saratoga. You get out of dinner. It's like 9:30 at night, and we walk out of the restaurant, and like several of the salespeople that I was with from our company is like, well, we're going to the bar. We're going with some customers, and I'm like, I didn't have anybody with me, any customers with me. And I'm like, look at my watch. I'm like, it's 9:45.
See ya.
The shuttle stops to go back to the hotel in 25 minutes, 30 minutes. I'm like, I think I'm probably just gonna call the shuttle. And I went home, freaking took a shower, and went to bed. You know, it's like
There's nothing wrong with that, though.
I know there's nothing wrong with it, but like, what a bore. Like I used to.
Yeah, but like
I used to be the guy that would stay up till 2 a.m, closing the bars down, and like
throwing beer cans at
and
each
then,
other.
You know, I'd be up in the morning to go. I still would go work out in the morning, and then I'd go to the meetings or go to conferences or whatever. But it's just not me.
Like, I mean,
can't do it.
What's wrong with starting at 10 in the morning and then just quitting by 9?
It's the way to do it.
It's the same amount of time.
Or quitting at like 5.
Sure.
That's plenty of time.
I mean, if
or
you
quitting by noon, 10 to noon. That's a nice shift.
2 hours. That's all you need.
2 hours, but it depends on if you're hammering a couple, some margaritas or something. You're good. You've done what you needed to do, and the system will just
take care of itself.
Yeah. So you're locked into getting ready for your trip. So aside from this, we're only a couple months away from you chasing elk. So that's pretty exciting because I remember what that was like and going on my first Western trip.
Yeah.
So it's got to be pretty exciting for you.
Oh, I'm super stoked.
You bought a new bow.
Yeah.
What'd you get? You got a Matthews, right?
VX3, 29-inch.
How do you like it?
I love it.
What'd you have before? You have a Bear?
I had a Bear Carnage from like 2010.
Yeah.
So it was nice to get an upgrade.
Yep.
Definitely way different compared to what I was shooting.
Was that new or used?
It was brand new.
Was it
because
brand
I
new?
did I was working at Dick's and we did the same thing.
No, I'm talking about the Matthews.
Brand new.
Because I didn't think that the VX3 was their like flagship. That is their flagship bow right now, or maybe not their flagship, but it's a current model.
It's a current model.
Yeah.
I shot and I mean nothing against any other bow. I shot a Hoyt, I shot an Elite too, and it just
felt good too.
I don't know,
yeah.
pulling that Matthews just felt great.
Yeah.
And I can't I always told myself going into it, I was like, I'm gonna get an Elite. I love the Elites, blah 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 blah. I shot a couple guys Elites, I loved them. And then I just got there and shot all 3 and I'm like, man, that Matthews freaking just hit.
Isn't it funny how that works?
Oh yeah.
That's how when the bow I currently have, my Prime, it was not even a brand on my radar. Had no intentions. And when I went
now,
and
is that the one with the 2 cams up top?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I have a Synergy, so mine's probably like a 2018 model.
Yeah.
And at the time it was just not even on my radar. I like the bow. I'm kind of, I'll tell you, with the Huntworks getting into it, and they have PSE Athens. I'm like really interested in Athens because Athens they're built in Rochester.
Yep.
New York. I'm kind of I've heard nothing but good things about Athens. I'm kind of interested to shoot one just to see what it feels like.
I did not get a chance to shoot one of them.
Do they sell them down here or no? You went to SNS.
I went to SNS, yeah.
Do they sell them or no?
I don't know.
Don't know.
I was just like, hey, Hoyt, Matthews, Elite, whatever else you got.
I don't know.
And I just wanted, the one thing I did tell them was I don't want, and this is going to sound terrible, I'm like, I don't want a Bowtech or a Diamondback.
Yeah.
Just because I worked with those at Dick's for so long and I just didn't, I had a bad taste in my mouth from them, so.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they've made some improvements. Bowtech
everyone has.
Yeah.
I wouldn't doubt it.
But I don't know. I don't really know anybody who is like buying Bowtech. Personally, I don't know anybody who's on the Bowtech train right now. I think
neither do I.
I got several buddies that are buying PSEs, and I should take that back. My buddy Zach Eason, I was talking to him the other day, and he's on staff for Bowtech.
Oh.
And he seems to like their bows quite a bit. So I don't know. I think everybody's doing some good things with their bows right now. I think the market's very competitive.
I mean, there's no way you can't have a good bow, I think, nowadays and be competitive or anything.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to have their own little tweaks. I mean, like that Matthews I just bought, all I got to do is change a cam, like a little piece in the cam, and instead of it goes from 70 to 60.
Oh, yeah?
How?
So how do you have that bow set up?
70.
You're at 70 pounds?
Oh, hell yeah.
Let off, pretty heavy let off?
Not too bad.
No?
Pretty nice.
So, you're not holding much.
No.
Are you in the 90% range?
I think it's 88.
88?
85 to 88 it was when I pulled. So I know, Elite's like nothing.
Yeah.
They can't market it as 95, but it basically is because you just sit there and it locks.
Which is
It's scary at the same time because if you got to let down.
I know. That's my Prime. There's a there's a point draw weight wise where there's a point with my prime where you can literally, like, when they have it on the draw board, they can let go of everything and the bow just stays where it was.
Oh, that's
pretty, like, so I actually think I'm planning to back my poundage down. I got a new string put on, because that's one of the cool things with Prime is that you get new strings every 2 years for free.
Oh, no shit.
You have to, I mean, it's not free. You got to pay for pay the bow shop to put the string on. So, which I'm fine with,
Yeah, whatever.
So giving him business. So I took it to Drape's Archery, or Drape's Outdoors, I think it is. But right there in York. And I think what I'm going to do when I go pick my bow up, I'm planning to back my weight down, because I have a case of the yips right now, and I think some of that is the let off, and some of that I think could be alleviated by not trying to draw 68 to 70 pounds. Just don't think it's necessary, especially for whitetail.
Yeah.
And I'm shooting a heavy arrow and a sharp broadhead and cut on contact, all that good stuff. I just don't think it's necessary. So I think I might back my poundage down to 60 pounds and just try it, because I don't have any concern about passing through a deer at 20 yards with 60 pounds.
And I know that's most of your shots around here anyway. I don't think in the past 3 years I've shot anything. Well, I shot one at 50.
Which is a freaking poke. Yeah.
It was like a love-hate with that one. It was my first deer last year, and I was just so excited.
That doe out of the blind?
Yeah. And she was sitting there eating, and I'm like, fuck it.
Yeah. That was with Ryan, right?
Well, Ryan helped me build that blind.
Okay. But see, shooting a deer at 50 yards on the ground in a blind is different than shooting a deer at 50 yards from a tree stand.
Oh, I totally agree.
As far as angle-wise and everything, like, that's a completely different discussion.
Mm-hmm.
But, I hunt quite a bit from the saddle or from a tree stand, and it's like my shots in the woods are about 20 yards. So I think that's my game plan. But I was just curious what you were doing with your setup and that, and what are you doing with arrows and broadheads? What have you?
Running Valkyrie arrows, 3-blade, fixed.
Broadheads.
Cut on contact. Yeah, arrows. Shit.
You're not running Valkyrie make arrows, or
no. Easton Axis.
Okay, that's a nice setup.
About a 550 arrow.
Pretty
heavy.
Who's building the arrows?
My buddy Cal.
Okay.
He's got all his setup.
Nice.
There's basically like his old setup. So it's a 5mm setup. He went to a 4.
So you're using his broadheads?
I bought the broadheads.
Okay.
It's just like his old setup.
Gotcha. That's what he was using.
That's what he used to use, and they hammer.
Yeah, that sounds like a
awesome.
pretty nice setup. Yeah. And I need to purchase some arrows too, but I like what I have, and I don't really want to change it, so I'm tempted to go back and buy more.
Always tinker, man.
I know,
Fuck it.
We don't have. I know, but there's a simple part of me that's not I'm not a tinkerer.
Where you're just like, hey, this works. I don't give a shit.
And that's what a lot of people pick on me for is I have what I have and it works, and I kill stuff with it, and I don't feel like tinkering.
I mean, if you never go over 30 yards with a deer, what's the point?
Back
it right down to 60 and hold it for days.
It all comes down to confidence. If you're confident in your system and your setup, and that it's going to be effective, why not?
Yeah, that's the one thing I'm really learning with this one is I'm trying not to be overly finicky with it. Where if I miss an arrow just to the left, I'm not wrenching right on the sight.
Right.
I'm just group, and then group 2.
If you've got a group that's to the right, then you might
I'll
need to
move
move
it
a little bit, yeah.
Or did I not follow through properly, or where was my hand located and stuff like that?
Yeah,
What was I
gripping
thinking?
the grip? Were you tweaking?
Yeah. Did I breathe out and slowly pull? Did I hammer on that release? It's just little things like that. So I'm pretty confident right now with that bow out to about 40 yards. I want to be confident out at 80. Because the rule of thumb, I guess, is if I can shoot at 80, 40, I'm dialed in.
Yeah.
Because it's something with the half. If I could shoot out to 100, I'd be good at 50. I'd be perfect.
Do you have a sight with it? What do you have for a sight? Something with the tape on it, or?
Yeah, I got a tape. 3-pin fixed at 40 yards, so it'll go 20, 30, 40, and then I can roll it. It's
off of your 40-yard pin.
It's like a red line, I think. It's got 3 axes. I got to figure out the last axis I got to do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take it to someone who
knows what they're
with
doing.
them, and have them do it, because the way the axis works, it's for your elevation and stuff. So
yeah, I don't fully understand all that.
I have no clue, and that's exactly why I don't ask you to brew my beer, and you don't,
I
stuff
don't-
like that.
I don't go into your sandbox,
Yeah.
man. That's you do. I just stood back and just did my thing today and watched you do your
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, because it gets to a point where it's like, I just, if this works for me, like, it's like if it's simple, that's what works for me. But like I have a ton of respect for guys that can go into their basement and just like tinker and just like fine tune shit.
Oh yeah.
And it's just not me. Like I wish, like in a weird way, I wish it was me, but it's just not me. There's just a lot of other things I just want to spend
You
my time
probably just
doing.
tinker other things. That's the
Yeah,
whole thing.
like I cut my grass and like stripe it so it's perfect.
Yeah.
And
Well, you're in dad mode.
I'm a dad.
You're a dad.
I don't even
So
lace
it's
my
exci-
boots anymore.
I know.
I just tie knots on the laces so that I can just slip into them.
I can't wait for that life.
You're almost there. You're wearing literally slip-on freaking booties right now.
They're fishing boots.
I know.
They're,
I
they're
have a
great
pair.
for standing on those tanks.
They are. They don't leave scuff marks. That's pretty sweet too.
Mm-hmm.
My uncle Mike freaking just ribs the hell out of me I have my extra toughs.
Same thing.
Oh my God, he gives me such a hard time. I wear them to camp they're freaking great because it doesn't matter if it's wet outside, if it's muddy,
Yeah, because Crocs are awesome, but at the end of the
They
day, they got
leak.
holes in them.
they leak. So if it's dewy in the grass or whatever, so I wear my extra toughs as my Crocs when I go to camp, and he just busts my balls.
Mm-hmm.
So I told him the last time we were together. I said, listen, every time I go to leave my house, I'm thinking about you because I go to put something on, and I'm like, this is gonna get Uncle Mike fired up because of how stupid these things are. But they work.
So
Yeah.
what you're saying is when Uncle Mike comes to Pertnear Day, we wear these.
So he didn't say he wasn't gonna come. He said he may come because it's a Pilsner.
Mm.
He has never drank he says he will not drink anything. He never has, and he says he never will drink anything other than blue, like regular blue, not blue light, regular
Because
blue.
they're Pro 2A.
Yeah. Are they?
No,
No?
that was their eye roll. They are not.
Is that right?
I swear to God.
I
That's what my
haven't- I
dad
haven't-
told me.
I haven't picked. Oh, so if your dad said it, it must be true.
Exactly, because he's Santa Claus.
He is Santa Claus. Yeah. He looks good. He popped in here today.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's a little fat.
Good as he could be. Well, sometimes Santa Claus he struggles with those things. You know what I mean?
Too many bush lattes.
Bush lattes. So yeah, so it's Labatt's and Molson. Those are the only two that he will he's like a Canadian lager guy.
What an anti-American son of a bitch.
I know. So we were busting his chops when we were together on Memorial Day that he needs to come out here and support.
Try a beer.
Yeah. So yeah, it should be good.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm sure Chris will show up and he'll probably win 4 fucking
Yeah.
things.
Uncle Tim won the muzzleloader last year. Uncle
That's
Chris won the
right.
tree stand.
I really think that you guys just put this on sometimes because
Just-
you guys need stuff.
Just to get our family to win things.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Can't confirm or deny that.
I'm getting real close to confirming shit.
Well, when
here.
when the only people that show up are your family, there's a pretty good chance of somebody
I
winning
mean,
something.
you're not wrong.
No. So last year's event was great. I
We
think
probably had 100 people here,
I think we had close to 100 people.
which was way better than the year prior because that was COVID year and
right.
we were outside in the tent and all that shit.
Yeah. Are you guys planning to put any tent up this year? or no?
No, we're not going to put a tent up.
So we'll be able to put.
We'll put a bunch of 10 by 10s up and
Yep.
you'll just have to let us know if Huntworks is going to bring their whole little setup again.
They're going to bring their trailer.
So we'll just back them in
I
right
think
where
we'll
we're
back
at.
them right down here. Yeah. Yep. I just talked to Dan today, and they're going to probably run a bunch of tree stand specials that day. They'll bring a whole bunch of stands and
Good.
probably some pop-up blinds and stuff. Maybe like a buck hut or two they'll throw in there because those are pretty popular.
All those big things they got?
Mm.
Oh, those look gorgeous.
Yeah.
I see yours every morning.
Millennium buck hut. Yeah. Yeah, they're great.
Looks like a nice spot.
It is. They're fantastic. It'll be real nice in about 2 months when all the food plots are head high by the 4th of July.
Mm.
So, what do you say?
Yeah, you probably got to get home before
Yeah, it's 4:15.
Sarah whoops your ass.
Yep, we should probably wrap
Oh,
her
here
up.
she comes.
It looked like it was a white vehicle.
It was a white Equinox. I'm like, oh shit.
Thanks, Rusty. I
You're welcome,
appreciate you guys doing this for us, and we look forward to our event here in 6, 7, 8 weeks, whatever it is.
Yeah.
July 31st.
Whenever that is.
In the afternoon. Anytime you show up, they're open. We'll be having a good time.
We will. That'll be a great day.
Yep.
Feed them.
Tis it will. Feed them. Thanks, folks. Check us out. Pertnear Outdoors on Instagram, Facebook. Bullhorn. Feed 'em. You got anything else you want to say? Oh,
I
come
already
support
took it.
our friends at
Yeah,
Windy
what
Brew.
about us?
Yeah, Windy Brew. Come support us.